extreme selling and negotiating number 18. Should a buyer know that you have complete authority over pricing? Now, some people like to go in and say, oh, yeah, I have the complete authority over pricing, but what you're doing is you're taking away one of your most important strategies. I once asked a hotel clerk for a discount, and she said that she would have to check with the manager. And so she said she'd be right back. So she went behind the counter and into the office there, and I came back out and said, no, the manager said that's the best I can do. So I said, well, okay, well, that's fine. So I paid the price, and I went over to the elevator, and another guy come in, and he said the same thing. He says, is that the best you can do? Can I get a discount? And she said, well, hold on just a minute. Let me go ask the manager. And again, she did the same thing. She went back into the office, but now I could see the whole office from where I was standing, and there was nobody in there. So all she did, which she was taught to do, is she walked back out into the office, waited a minute or so, came back and said the manager said that's the best he can do. Now that is the absolute best use of the higher authority that I've ever saw. Another example, I was in Twin Falls, Idaho, and the salesperson that one of the salespeople there previously owned a service station, a gas station, and he sold it to someone from another country who didn't know how we operate in this country. And so what the new person did is he would call up the parts store and order a part, and then try to negotiate with the driver, which of course didn't make any sense whatsoever. But if we go into an account and we're talking to a person who can't make a decision, who has to go to a higher authority to get their decision, we're actually doing the same thing. So here's another technique that that is used on you a lot of times, and that is the good guy, bad guy. But on that higher authority, if someone says, "Is that the best you can do?" and you say, "Yes, it is," and then they say, "Oh, you're going to have to do better," well, you're dead in the water, because you can't go back and say, "Well, let me go back and check with the manager, your higher authority," or let me go back and see what the buyer has to say, see what the market's going to do, and so on. So you want to use that higher authority too. Good guy, bad guy is taking this a little step further. If you've ever gone in to buy a car, which of course you have, and you've been a victim of this technique, and it's very effective, because you go in and you negotiate with the salesperson, and then the salesperson says, well, let me take this into the sales manager, see if I can get this price for you. And of course, that's the bad guy. The sales manager is the bad guy. And the salesman comes back and says, oh boy, I made a mistake. I really can't get you this price, but here's what I can get you. And so that's the good guy, bad guy. You might want to use that sometimes when you're collecting money. The credit manager can easily be the bad guy, and you can say, listen, my credit manager is all over me about this account, so can you please help me out and give me a check today. So I sold a RV here not too long ago, and people fall into this role naturally. When I sold the RV, I put an ad out, and I got calls on it, and the call was always from the wife, and she was real nice and friendly, and until they came to look at it, and then she brought the bad guy with her husband, and he was the tough negotiator. So good guy, bad guy. Don't be a victim of it, and use it when you can, when you have to, and read over this lesson. It's very interesting. So with that in mind, you have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.